Welcome back, crew. Bitcoin on its heels. Possible liquidity sweeps coming up. Ethereum is holding strong at 4,300. XRP is locked in a major battle. XRP is on its heels as well. Major battle happening right there in that cryptocurrency. HBAR holding pretty tight with the banks. Let's break it all down for you. All right, welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. If you like what you see, give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day. We're crypto maniacs here. All right, let's get right into it. Let's look at Bitcoin itself. We had some interesting developments happening in Bitcoin right now, and really we got to be really cognizant of a potential liquidity sweep on both sides. Okay, we already had one on the top side. We're looking for one on the bottom side. All right, so Bitcoin right now, I would say it's up against the ropes. I don't believe that the Fed chair is going to save us this time. The only thing that matters is whether the 109,000 holds. That's the lifeline keeping Bitcoin from slipping deeper. All right. So right now it's trading right around 112,006. It's down about 0.9% today, pulling back from the near highs of the 124,000. Let's check out Justin's trade that he's been holding in Bitcoin for quite some time. I'm going to take you over to WeX, the broker of our choice, show you all our open positions. WeX, low fees, fast execution. All right, so we got 3 positions running right now. We are long Bitcoin, 117,000, down 32.96% or 32.56 as the market moves, kind of moving up in our favor. I'm going to show you some really important points on the chart. You know, it's not all doom and gloom, that's for sure. We got HBAR where we're long. HBAR, it's down 32.49, and we got Ethereum long. That one is the one that's up 52%. It's kind of wiping out both of our losses in the other cryptos that we got. So basically, we were still kind of flat right now, maybe down slightly. All right, let's get over to the longer term chart that I want to show you right here. Here's a weekly chart of Bitcoin. So the question I have to ask you is this a downtrend? No, it's not. It's an uptrend. Okay, now here's the thing about the chart. There's good news and bad news on this chart. Where does the support sit on the chart? Well, right now it sits at 95,000, which is that old CME market gap. Now, I'm not saying that we're going there. I'm just pointing out that, you know, as a technician, we always want to trade with the trend. The trend is upward. Okay, so we're picking our battle points. You got to get into our free trading community, okay? Because we talk about all this stuff in that community, and we alert you to things that sometimes, you know, when you're a lone wolf trader sitting at your house in your desk, you know, and you're drinking your coffee and you're just watching the minutia of the movements, you could talk yourself out of some good trades. So we don't want you to do that. So really, if you're looking at this chart, you could see this is straight up uptrend. Of course, the main support right now sits at like 95,000. Like I said, I don't think that we're going there. Now, I want to get into the shorter term, the 2-hour chart that's been working out so well for us, and that's the inverse head and shoulders pattern. I want to get into this chart first. All right, so right now, if we're looking at Bitcoin itself, all right, this is a great spike up right here. That's wonderful. All right, so we made a low. We're coming. I had to readjust the Andrews pitchfork here because we went deeper, right? So there are a couple of major points that I want you to be cognizant of. The first warning level is a break of 110,000, like 800. All right, then we got that 109 way below that. That's like the line in the sand that's got to hold. Now, as it stands right now, when we made this low here in Bitcoin at 111.6, we need to get above 114.6. Okay, that's the new level. Okay, that's the new recovery level for reprieve. All right, we have this low right here. We need to get up above 114.6, 114.7. We are going to hit resistance at 16. Market marketplace would need to hold this bottom, same damn scenario that we had yesterday. And we need to come back up and start tracking in between these 2 points before we can get a breakup, and then use this 16 as a support point to kind of drive us back up. So there's a lot of wood to chop in Bitcoin because there's been a lot of people that are selling. All right, now we think they're on the wrong side, as I just showed you that long-term trend. The trend is upward. However, the bears have been winning the small little cycle right now. But this is the chart that we want to actually also pull your attention to. You can't ignore the chart, okay? Bitcoin completed inverse head and shoulders pattern. Very, very strong technical signal, okay? It's one of the strongest reversal formations in technical analysis. The retest was confirmed. The breakout's going to be inevitable. The next leg is not going to stop at the resistance. And the resistance that we're looking at is that 123,000, okay? It will send Bitcoin straight into price discovery, and that's going to be, near the 133,000 level. So we got that strong technical analysis pattern there, and also I'm alerting you to the long-term trend is upward, okay? It's upward, and I want to come over to my 2-hour chart again. So here we go. Really, here's your warning level, 110.8, okay? A break opens 109. That's the line in the sand, really. A break above 114, say 6, is actually showing some strength again. It needs to hold that level or hold this new recent low in order to actually start trading upward. So at this point, we're thinking we got liquidity sweeps that we got to pay attention to. The liquidity sweeps on both sides of the market. So really don't mistake it for weakness. It's just basically people stop loss running. And look where we have our liquidity sweep going down to. Right around 110.5, 110.8. The number that I just technically said actually has to, hold, right? Because there's a lot of people, down there. There's a lot of big institutions down there looking to grab this coin. Okay, you got BlackRock, you got Fidelity, you got Vanguard, you got, State Street, you got all the big boys. They're sitting there, drooling right now, saying, "Please bring down there." Because remember, Strategy bought at 119.6. No problem. Now, other people are saying, well, he only bought a small amount, but you know what? He bought 119.6. Now, I'm sure he's a shark. Popeye the Sailor Man's a shark, and he's going to be looking at these levels. So the first level that we need to clear is happening right now, 114.6. We need to get above up that. We could get a spark of a rally right now, driving us up to like 115.7. If you didn't buy the scoop down below, okay, wait for a little bit of a pullback. There should be a pullback from like 115.7 back down to maybe potentially 113.8, 114, and then we can have a new look at this. Now, get in the live pro trading group. They will cover all this. All right, so now, right now, I'm expecting a final liquidity sweep, back down at this level right now as it stands. I may be completely wrong about it because by it breaking up through 114.6 is kind of negating it. So if we come back to the short-term chart that I've been playing with over here, where is it? It is, where's my short-term chart? There it is. This pivot low right now, it hasn't even been confirmed yet because this is a 2-day chart, 2-hour chart, I'm sorry. So in 2 hours, if that low is still in place and still holding, well, we got a classic pivot. We could have a classic Larry Williams oops trade that just occurred. This is the first, wow, we got a lot of stuff going on. This is the first level that needs to break. It's starting to break. There's going to be resistance up at the meridian right around 115, and then further resistance 115.7. This is why I'm saying, you could potentially get a pullback here, potentially even back down to like 113, 112. If I just look at these wicks on this candle here, if I go down to the body of the damn thing, it's like 112.6. We could get a pullback there, another head fake, and then a takeoff. So get in, and we have a live stream tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You got to get into it, all right? So we got liquidity sweeps on both sides of the marketplace that we're watching. Now, the trap is set, really. Okay, now breaking 115 right now. Um, liquidity, Bitcoin swept both sides of the liquidity trap set. Retail exits. The big boys have already reloaded. So what happens next? Nobody's going to be prepared for it. Once we break the 124, it's going to be price discovery. Okay. Of course, we're going to get to and fro up there, but we're really headed upwards. All right. Let's come on over to Ethereum. This one has been holding strong. Ethereum's been the one that's really been holding. Looking at Justin's Ethereum trade right now, that's the one that's up. Got long at 4,150. Market's running. Terrific. Need to get through like 4,600 and then potentially stabilize there before we can get a breakout above the 48.85. I believe he's looking to take profits around 4,900. Yeah, all right. I agree with that for the simple reason we should get a pullback. You got to get in a live stream and ask them, okay, 49, 5,000 hits and you're selling. And we're so bullish on this. Why are we selling up there? Because we're thinking retrace back down potentially maybe 4,400, 4,450, something like that. And it's not much, but you know what? If you're a short-term trader, you're going in and out. You're trying to get, use the money that you made to, better the average of your price. All right. So Ethereum is actually showing incredible resilience. I'm going to come over to this chart right here. The big, there it is. There was the breakout incoming pattern. Well, that wasn't there when I first put it up. All right. So it's showing, incredible resistance holding like the 4,200 level. And Bitcoin, as Bitcoin like struggled at the point. So now institutional momentum is building. One whale just shifted 1.69 billion out of Bitcoin and into Ethereum. Even more bullish is ETH has now overtaken Bitcoin in futures volume. That's a huge signal of where capital is flowing. Add in the fact that Peter Thiel piling into Ethereum, you've got the markings of a real rotation moment. Now, Ethereum itself, the breakout pattern has happened. Ethereum itself, if we look at this chart, okay, first was 1,500. Yes, reclaimed. Then there was 2,200. Yes. Now it's the 4,000. Okay, the 4,000 has been broken. What's next? The chart's pointing straight to 5 digits, 10 grand. So Ethereum is no longer a dream, it's a setup. This isn't speculation, it's the cycle in motions. We can look at Ethereum's playbook, or the cycle blueprint right here. Range, expansion, then crazy mania. Okay, range, expansion, then mania. I'm telling you, this thing's going to be bigger than Beatlemania in 1963 when this thing happens. You're going to have a bunch of screaming traders outside like looking at this going, oh, this is the next greatest thing, man. Yeah, we've been talking about this. All right. So really, we got the same structure. In 2020, we had the range, the expansion, and mania. 2025, same structure is complete. The next move is not going to be sideways. Okay. It's definitely not going to be down. I mean, this thing is getting ready to explode. If we look at Ethereum right here, we could talk about this, all right? 7 rejections built the wall. What's driving this is that Ethereum has broke free of 4,000. Broke free from it, okay? We had 7 rejections. The wall is gone. Breakout traders are piling in. Momentum is now starting to really scream. It's unleashed legends. Legends are going to ride this. Tourists are going to say, "Oh, I should buy Ethereum at 10 grand." So that's always the case. It's always the case. All right. So right now, let's check out Bitcoin dominance. That's important to look at. We have the bearish monthly engulfing candle. Bitcoin dominance now 59. It is down from yesterday. And then Bitcoin's picking up. All right, so here we go, altcoin season, all right? Across the broader altcoin space, resilience really is the theme of the whole show. Even with Bitcoin pulling back, traders are rotating capital into high upside projects. Regulatory clarity and growing institutional adoption are fueling speculation that the next alt season may be on deck. Now, while heavyweights like Ethereum and XRP dominate the spotlight, there are several other players that are building momentum. We look at Solana, still attracting strong developer activity, institutional flows. Solana is consolidating above key support, with traders eyeing another push back towards the 200 level. Cardano, despite lagging early in the year, ADA's DeFi ecosystem is quietly expanding, and whales have been accumulating between the 50 and 55 cent range. Now it's trading at what, 83 cents. We also have PHA, an under the radar AI focused token that's gaining some attention as Web3 projects push deeper into privacy and machine learning integrations. Analysts now point to its low cap as potentially high beta play in the next rally. So if Bitcoin can hold this 109, which it looks like it's doing right now, we're getting a bit of a nice little rally upward. Remember, keep your eye on that 114.8. That 114.8 has to hold. All right, so if we look at this marketplace right here, the altcoin market cap itself. Altcoin market cap is ready. Neckline is the last barrier. Break it and altcoins go parabolic. It's starting to happen. Get in our live pro group. We'll guide you through this stuff. I keep saying it, but this isn't a setup you fade. This is the start of the biggest run in years. I know we've been saying it, but we always have, one step forward, a couple of steps back. We got a lot of stuff on the table that's been, in the way, and it's starting to clear. We're starting to get some clarity right now. Legends are in early. Those of you who are waiting for the bus, at the wrong stop, you're not getting in this thing. So really, if we look at altcoins itself, the total market cap right here, if we look at this chart, double bottom confirmed, MACD crossover active. Last time altcoins exploded 15x. This time the engine is bigger. And the chart isn't whispering, it's screaming. So altcoin era has begun, and this is ignition. All right, so let's get into some of the coins, HBAR especially, and say, let's look at XRP, the XRP army, okay? Look, the 280 is a very, very important point. Told you that. This level down here really was the warning if we were going to break down in XRP. You're going to take a little level right here. Say 272, 273-ish right here. That level has to hold. Okay, now we're starting to get a bit of a movement up at that 3. The psychological level's got to hold. And then we got to break through 307 and then 315. So right now we're trading at 298.68. The 3 level has been holding right now. But if we can recover 3, we're on our way up to the 307, 315 again for another look. All right. So, but here's what other people are thinking. And I don't know. I mean, they're basically saying, sitting at 280 and bouncing. Today we were really sitting at 280. We bounced between 280 and like 3, with 3 times normal trading volume. So there's some interest in XRP. And whale activity is heavy at the 3 level. It's the line right now that we got to get through. So Ripple's SEC settlement is giving traders hope, but hope is not a strategy, right? Especially with the Clarity Act potentially classifying XRP as a commodity. So some analysts are split with this. I believe we'll run into $5.5. Bears warn that sub 3 could open the door to more downside. Yeah, a 260. Yeah, absolutely. I've been saying that. If we break the 270 level, 260 is the main support. If that breaks, then all hell is going to break loose in XRP. I don't even have like an analogy for it. It'd be like something like getting a really bad lobster tail on a cheap Carnival cruise. You know how your stomach would react. You'd puke like crazy. So that's what's going to happen if we break 260 on it. Now, HBAR, this is the trade that we have running. We're not really afraid of it. We know that HBAR is a sleeping little giant. And look at the spike we just had in it. Look at the spike that we just had in little HBAR. Incredible. So HBAR is being piloted against Swift's payment system as well as XRP, aligned with the ISO 222 standard. So now XRP via Ripple on-demand liquidity for rapid transfers. HBAR via high energy efficient hash graph consensus. If successful, this could open the doors for banks and institutions worldwide to adopt these tokens on scale. And we've been pointing that out for quite a while. All right, before we wrap up today, crew, we're going to make sure that you're well aware of our crypto trading community. Click this link right here. You'll be taken over to our Telegram community where you could copy our trade and get involved in discussion. We got a lot of stuff going on there. Make sure that you get in there, man. It's a great place to be. All right. So also, if you want to follow us on our broker of choice, you could just basically click. Where's that link? They move stuff around. All right, here, WeX, right here, the broker of our choice, where we got what? Low fees, fast execution. We are completely transparent. Oh, look at this. Let's look at HBAR's up 42. Look at Ethereum up 97. We're just lagging a little bit. And damn it, Bitcoin, get in the group, man. Get in the group. All right, so here's the big picture. Here's the big picture. All right, let's come on over to this chart right here. Here's the big picture. All right, we got the long-term trend upward in Bitcoin. That's the weekly, okay? We see that. Bitcoin has been on its heels fighting. It's starting to recover now. It's actually given a couple of quick jabs and a hook, an uppercut right down, right to the bears, right into the chin. We need to stay above 114.8. That would be good, and we need to hold 109,000. Ethereum itself holding strong, big money flows coming in. As you just saw the movement up, I just showed you. Then Ethereum, get in our group. Make sure you get in a live stream tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay, XRP major battle at 3. HBAR starting to recover and starting to move higher thanks to Swift and Grayscale. Look, we are in the midst of summer doldrums, right? It's August 22nd, 2025. All the big players are still, in the Hamptons in New York, sipping their cocktails. They're not really in this, okay? It's been a very thin market. Now, September rolls around, this market's really going to heat up. However, it's been holding every technical level that we needed to hold so far. So, listen, if you found value in today's update, drop a comment, smash the like button. Make sure you come on over to X, follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin, crypto all day, every day. All right, that's it for today, folks. If you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe. Share us with your friends and family. Make sure we're trying to build a huge trading community here. So what do you got to do? You got to get in a live stream tomorrow, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You got to join our pro trading group. We have excellent setups out there. We got great traders in there actually helping guide you through all this mess, or this quagmire that's happening, this morass, but we're finally starting to break free from the mud. Get in there. What else you got to do? Well, you got to trade with your head not over it. You got to do your own research, and as a short-term trader, you got to enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.